Good afternoon. I'm Dan DeRose with 19 News, coming to you from our digital desk. We're going to be taking you down to the courtroom in Stark County. This is a very convoluted and messy case. At the heart of it, you have a man who died while in police custody, Frank Tyson. You might remember this back in Canton in 2024. Tyson crashed his car and he ran into a local AmVets post. It's a private club for veterans. He ran in there. Was asking for people to call the sheriff's department. It was the Canton police that showed up. In fact, it was Bo Shonegi and Camden Birch. While they were trying to subdue Frank Tyson, they were leaning on his back. One had his knee in his back as they were trying to get the cuffs on him. And from there, it's only gotten more complicated. The officers were originally charged with reckless homicide. The first judge on the case had to recuse herself because her husband is a police officer. Now, that man right there, the prosecutor for Stark County, Kyle Stone, has asked to be removed from this case. It's not as simple as that, but let's listen live in and see what happens.
Frank Rogan, the current elected prosecutor for Marion County. So in order for us to move forward, and I believe that the defense can share their support of that motion.
Your Honor, Attorney Stone and I had some conversations along with our co-counsel. There are some things in the works that we could be okay with that, but we were hoping that we could get him on the phone today because he's not available today. There's been a resolution put out there that we would like the attorney from, is it Marion County? Yes. Marion County to see if he is comfortable with that resolution, if Attorney Stone's office was allowed to withdraw, but we would like to speak with him.
Yeah, the Marion County prosecutor's name again is, I know you put this in, you just mentioned it, but and you have it in your motion, but if you could tell me what that name is again, please.
Yes, Ray Grogan.
Ray Grogan.
Yes, and then in regards to
Groggin.
just one G, Grogan.
Oh, A-N. Okay.
Yes. And in response to defense's comment with regard, Mr. Grogan has yet to review all of the evidence, and so one of the things that he wants to be able to do is before he asserts any thoughts on the potential is to be able to review the evidence from his ethical obligation to review those things, and we're ready and available to make that transfer of information for him to do such thing.
Maybe can we have time in chambers, Your Honor, to discuss this with the court instead of putting a...
Well, I was going to grant the motion for a special prosecutor. I was going to appoint Mr. Grogan without compensation, and then I was going to tell Mr. Grogan to see if he's available on the 10th of December when I have to be back here on another case. I assume he has not yet seen the file.
Correct.
Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
I understand that there's been expert witness reports on both sides.
Correct.
And those are not in the file, is that correct? You would not have filed those, or am I wrong about that?
No,
Yeah,
they've been
should be in the file.
exchanged.
Yeah, they've been exchanged with,
Okay.
I'm assuming they're in the court file.
Right, but I guess what I'm saying is that the prosecutor's file would have both your report and also their report.
Correct.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Because you guys exchange reports.
Yes, sir.
Do we know that Mr. Grogan's available today?
To talk on the phone, yes, he is.
What is his phone number?
Hold on. May I approach, Your Honor?
Or just give it to me orally, I don't care.
Well, I just didn't want his phone number.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, just give it to me. I see what your concern is. I didn't think of that. Yeah, my eyes are contiguous to you. Or one that. That's the 5 at the end, right? That's it.
6.
I understand at one point did Mr. Tyson's family have counsel?
Yes. At one point, yes, they did.
Do they still have counsel?
Yes.
Is the attorney here?
No.
Okay. But he has not yet seen the file, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right. This is the first time I've had a request for a special prosecutor since they adopted Marcy's Law, which happened after I was retired. Does the state or the defense have any thoughts as to whether or not Mr. Tyson's, the representative of Mr. Tyson's family, their lawyer, are they objecting to the appointment of special prosecutors? I'm trying to find out. And do they have standing to object to the appointment of a special prosecutor?
They do not have standing to object to a special prosecutor. However, I've shared, I just met with the family before coming into the courtroom and advised them what we were planning to do and allowed them to ask questions before we came here, and they understood exactly what's happening, what's taking place.
Because then we have celebration policy at one time. Yeah, so she was teaching character before and after. And that hearing, celebration policy might not take place if they don't file an answer to the motion for summary judgment, or if they file the answer, then celebration, the defense will have 14 days in which to respond. But I had that day blocked up, so she's available. Let's see if he can come to the party. I'm going to have Ms. Vale call Prosecutor Grogan's office to see whether or not he's available next on the 10th, which is next Thursday? No, Wednesday. Because I'm set to be here anyway on another matter.
Dan DeRose with 19 News here as we wait for this phone call to be made to the possible special prosecutor in this case. I wanted to talk a little bit more, and I'll try and keep an ear open to see if these proceedings continue here. But the reason this case has turned into a mess is you have the prosecutor there, Kyle Stone. There is one of the defendants, that is Bo Shonegi. The other Canton officer is seated to his left, two people over to his left.
I think what I'll do regarding the entry for the motion for a special prosecutor is have Prosecutor Stone's office prepare a journal entry, circulate that to the defense, and then send it to this email address, retiredjudgekimbler@gmail.com. Your clerk in the past has accepted a journal entries that have my signature, the image of my signature attached as the signature, so to speak. So if the parties are satisfied, then I can go ahead and journalize that probably as soon as you can get it to me. And then if he's available next Wednesday, we're going to see if we can have of that hearing. But I take it at this point, I'm assuming that whatever resolution talks the parties have had, if they've had such talks, Attorney or Prosecutor Grogan has not been involved. Is that correct?
Correct, not with the opposing party. Correct.
Does each side have one expert witness? Two?
We have two.
You have two?
Yes, sir. We've exchanged reports and CVs with opposing counsel.
Okay. Are they both physicians?
No.
Oh,
One physician and one use of force expert.
okay. And you have,
The physician and use of force as well, Your Honor.
I would like to have the expert witnesses' CVs and also their reports, unless there's an objection. Maybe I should make. I'd like to have them sent to me so I can review them.
We can get those to you, Your Honor, today.
Do you have any objection to that?
No objection, and we'll email them to the email address the court provided.
Okay, that'd be fine if you do that. I appreciate it. Let's see.
So again, Dan DeRose with 19 News. The reason that this has been such a mess / interesting is you have a prosecutor who took this case.
Fair to say, we've had some resolution talks with Attorney Stone that he's passed on to attorney from Marion County, so we're still hoping that that has been done. Obviously, Kyle would have to carry on with that, what we've discussed, but that was happening prior to coming in here today.
But at this time, as I understand it, what Prosecutor Stone said, there's not been a formal review of the evidence by Mr. Grogan. Would that be correct?
Yes, Your Honor, that is correct.
And I believe that's what Prosecutor Grogan's going to want to do.
Correct.
Okay. Y'all can relax. Or not, as you see fit.
The judge telling them they can relax tells me I might be able to get in a few words this time. You have the prosecutor for Stark County, Kyle Stone. He's the one who took this case to a grand jury, but is now asking to be replaced by saying that he has a conflict and he wants to be replaced by a special prosecutor. Well, last week when they tried to get this hearing done, you had the defense say, well, wait a second, if you have a conflict now, right before trial, you should have had a conflict before you took it to a grand jury. Looks like the courtroom's bailiff has an answer, so we'll listen in.
That right now we have a motion for a summary judgment. We're waiting for the defense should be, or the plaintiff should be responding today. And then, so I was going to have a pre-trial. We were supposed to have a jury trial on the 10th, but because this motion for summary judgment got filed, we moved the jury trial to a pre-trial on the 10th. And it may not even necessarily go forward, but I know my morning's blocked out that day. I know they don't expect me in the Academy court that day, so that's why. So I could probably do it any time from 9 o'clock on. Takes me about 40 minutes to get down there.
Is the afternoon an option at all, Your Honor?
I think the whole day could be an option. If I could, what I'll probably do is after we conclude the day's proceedings formally, I'll probably call up the Academy court to make sure that I think they blocked out I think what they told me was they wanted me on Monday, Tuesday, not Wednesday, Thursday at the jury trial, and Friday. So, I don't think they anticipate me being over there at all on Wednesday the 5th. So, yeah, I could probably do the afternoon. Might be easier for Attorney Grogan to get up here from Meriden, because it's about, it's an hour and a half or so trip, I think. Would Mr. Tyson's family expect their attorney to be here next week?
Yes.
Okay. He is receiving notice of what's going on. Is that correct? He knew there was a hearing today, is that
Yes,
correct?
he did.
Okay.
Correct. Yes. Your Honor, their attorney has not officially filed as their Marcy's Law representative, and so my office has been working directly with a specific family member and contacting the family member, and that's how we've been able to keep that.
Oh, I see. So I take it, oh, I'm sorry.
Judge, do you want the prosecutor here in person?
Yeah, I think so. I like it to come to the party. He's a trial inspector. This is trial starting next week, or is it already started? Yes, it starts on Monday. We're assuming what we do 2.5-day trial. Okay. Let's do this. See, Thursday, that Thursday, the 11th, jury trial, that church was. Let's tentatively set this up for 1 o'clock on that Thursday, that Wednesday, the 3rd, and see what would happen to this trial. Yeah, I'm sorry, yeah, the 10th, yeah. See, I mean, well, the other thing is, see, the week after that, week of the 15th, I'm supposed to be doing the goes, may not go, of course, because, 98% of cases get settled, you just go for the win. So I have a jury trial set at some kind of please on the 15th. Yeah, tell prosecutor, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna set this up tentatively for 1 o'clock on the week of the 10th. And then if that's not, meanwhile, we're gonna be in touch with Prosecutor Grogan to find out if that's not gonna work, but he'd be available on the 11th. I might try to move it to the 11th.
Judge, I'm in trial on the 11th also.
Well, okay. And we don't know. Could you find out from Prosecutor Norman's office what his availability is?
So the judge is going to recess here. Unfortunately, he's not getting the answer he needs from the Marion County prosecutor, who may end up being assigned. It sounds like all indications are going to be that he's going to be assigned to this case. And we'll play you the story that's really behind all of this, the basis. But the original charges and the original incident have really so far been secondary to this entire struggle to get to trial for this case. You've had a judge have to recuse herself because while her husband's not an officer with Canton, he is a police officer, so she felt that there could be, in essence, a conflict there, and so she removed herself. This is a retired judge who has been called in for this case. And now the reason we're here today and we were here last week is because you have the Stark County prosecutor say, well, he has a conflict and should not move forward with this case. It got a little heated a week ago or so when this issue first came up, when he said he needed to be replaced by a special prosecutor. Well, the defense said, wait a second, if you grant this motion for a new attorney, they wanted to then file a dismissal, saying if this prosecutor felt he had such a strong incident here or a conflict of interest here that he should move on with the trial, then he should not have been the one that presented it to the grand jury. And so it sounds like behind the scenes that they have hammered out some sort of an agreement between the defense for the two Canton officers and the prosecutor's office. And at that time last week, the judge asked the prosecutor, do you still really want to move forward with this plea to have yourself recused and replaced? Because it sounds like on the other side, they're going to ask for the whole thing to be thrown out. It sounds like the judge gave them a week to figure this out, and they have. And as we heard him say, that he was about to go ahead and grant this request to put the Marion County prosecutor on this case. But the judge is still trying to figure out how they can move forward and get this to trial. It has been quite a while. It's dating back to 2024 when the original incident took place. And as we're talking about that, it was back on April 18th of 2024. As we consider that, I do want to play a story from our Michelle Nix that really gets to the heart of what this case is and kind of where we've been with this entire conflict. So take a look.
Canton police officers Bo Shonegi and Camden Birch are accused of reckless homicide in the April 2024 death of Frank Tyson. In a case that captured national headlines, you may remember that Tyson crashed his car in Canton and then ran into a nearby AmVets club and asked for someone to call the sheriff. Canton police were called instead, and a struggle involving Tyson was caught on camera.
Get off me. Okay? Calm down. Calm down.
53-year-old Tyson was restrained by officers, taken to the ground, and handcuffed while on his stomach. The victim's family says you can hear Tyson on the police body camera video tell officers at least 7 times in 1 minute that he can't breathe. 2 officers had their knees on Tyson's back at the time.
Stop fighting. I can't breathe.
Minutes later, when Canton officers turned him over on his back, they realized something was wrong. Tyson appeared lethargic, and police then called for an ambulance.
Can you tell medics to step it up?
Tyson was taken to the hospital where he died. The coroner ruled the death a homicide and noted contributing causes included cocaine, alcohol, and cardiopulmonary arrest, meaning Tyson's heart and lungs stopped functioning. If the 2 Canton officers are convicted on the felony charge of reckless homicide, they could face up to 36 months in prison, a hefty fine, and the loss of their jobs. The Stark County prosecutor has requested a special prosecutor handle the trial currently scheduled for January, saying there's a conflict of interest because of, quote, incidents of hostility by police towards prosecutors in Stark County. If the visiting judge determines that a special prosecutor should handle the case, the county where the trial will be held could also change. Attorneys for the Canton police officers say if that happens, they will ask for the case to be dismissed altogether. I'm Michelle Nix reporting for 19 News.
And let's now get back to court as the judge has come back from recess.
My apologies, I thought everybody was here. I didn't look up. You can always see it. Thank you for the courtesy. On December 12th in the afternoon, I'm free. They will not need me in active immunity that afternoon. And I think Prosecutor Grogan's free all day. Our defense counsel free at 2 p.m. on the 12th?
12?
Yeah, Friday the 12th, 2 p.m.
Yes. It's our Christmas party, so I'm hoping we can be done by
Yeah.
4.
Okay. Are you available?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll set this, or send me the entry on the journal entry, send the stuff over to Prosecutor Grogan, send me the expert witness reports, and we'll be back here on the 12th at 2 o'clock. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So there you have it, yet another delay in this case. The judge was set to make a ruling here, but he doesn't want to do so without having that special prosecutor in the room to be able to answer some questions. How prepared are you to move forward for trial? How much of the evidence have you reviewed? How much of the case have you reviewed? And so that's where we are with this. Again, it's going to be yet another delay for this case that has seen delay after delay after delay. And there is obviously a lot at stake here. 2 police officers charged with reckless homicide is a very, very serious charge. We'll wrap this up. We have 2.5 hours of First Alert weather and news coming up at 3 o'clock. You'll want to make sure you tune into that because it looks like tomorrow could be dicey. And in fact, I believe it's a First Alert weather day. So we will see you at 3 o'clock. We'll also have a live weather update coming up at 2:15. Until then, I'm Dan DeRose with 19 News. Hope you have a good afternoon.